Hi everybody, MTG Openings here again, this time with something a little bit different. So, I've been working on my cube the last couple months, and I finally got to updating it with the newest Commander 2014 stuff, so I decided I would show it to you guys. I'm also going to leave a link in the description for my cube tutor. If you don't know what that is, there will be a link. It is a website where you can draft a cube digitally. Of course, you don't get to actually play with it. It's not like Magic Online. But if you want to get a feel for how your cube's doing, or if you think maybe it's too underpowered, or maybe a color isn't as good, or anything like that, they also offer average cubes, so you can look at it. Basically takes everyone's cube and compares them, and you can look at it compared to yours. This is a 360 basically good stuff cube. A few things of note: every one of the colors has the same number of cards, and each of the guilds, which we'll get to, 2-color guilds, has the same number of cards. I only have one Planeswalker in each of the colors. This is because some people like the white Planeswalkers, you end up with too many of them. Things like that. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos. And you can also, like I said, check out my cube tutor in the link in the description. So we're going to get started here. Oh, one last thing of note, is that these are all cards I own. None of them are proxied. None of them are borrowed. I'm not a store. I don't own, I don't have access to every single card. It is an unpowered cube, of course, as you'll see. There are a few things that are missing of note. Liliana Ves, Dark Confidant, Snapcaster Mage. Well, I do own some of those cards. They're in EDH decks or other decks, and I don't want to proxy a cube. So this cube is designed to be drafted for 8 people, and we'll go over everything one at a time here for you. We'll start with white, as per the usual. So, it's got an Archangel of Thune, Avacyn Angel of Hope. So this is in it more for a reanimator target, or someone who wants to play mono white who's into angels. Avian Mind Sensor, Baneslayer Angel, Blade Splicer, Brimaz, King of Oreskos, one of the newest additions actually that I just picked up, Cloud Goat Ranger, All-Star and Modern Masters, so it likes to make an impact here as well. Elish Norn, Grand Celibate, Elite Vanguard for your white weenie player, Amiria Angel, which was a new addition once I acquired all the fetch lands to put in with the landfall ability. Fiend Hunter, Grand Abolisher, Hollowed Spirit Keeper, a new 2014 card. Pretty good welcomed addition to the 3-drop for white. Hiroki Dusk Drinker, nice control card. Hushwing Griff. Isamaru Hound of Kondoa, yet again a good white weenie card. Giselle Goldmane, we're trying him out also for the Commander 2014 stuff. Knight of Glory. Don't forget, not every card in your cube can be rare and mythic, folks. You do need to have some utility. Leonin Relic Order, this one happens to be foil. I have a few, quote, pimped out cards in here. I'm not going out of my way to get them, but I will definitely point some of them out to you. Mentor of the Meek, Mirror Entity, Mother of Runes, maybe the best 1-drop in the game, question mark. Nearhearth Pilgrim, Porcelain Legionnaire. Each color has a Phyrexia mana card. This is the white one. In there, just in case, it can go in any deck. Obviously best in white if you don't feel like paying the life, but not a bad card to have. Anyway, Revelark, Silver Blade Paladin, Spirit of the Labyrinth, that one's also foil. I don't know if you can see it. Step Links has a promo Sun Titan from the pre-release from M11, Magic 2011. Wall of Omens, Banishing Light. We are past the creatures. Banishing Light, Honor of the Pure, Journey to Nowhere, Oblivion Ring, Condemn, Disenchant, Path to Exile. There's a from the Vault 20 Swords of Plowshares. There's the white Planeswalker I've selected, Elspeth Sun's Champion. Chroma's Vengeance, also from the Vault 20. Armageddon, Balance, Day of Judgment, Decree of Justice, Lingering Souls, Spectral Procession, Terminus, and Wrath of God. So the main two white archetypes you can get in my cube are Control and White Weenie. I mean, obviously there's many more than that, but that's the gist. So here's moving on to blue. We've got Aetherling, pretty good finisher for blue. Augur of Bolas, Clever Imposter, or Impersonator, sorry, Clever Impersonator. There's a foil Delver of Secrets. Actually, that's a Pack Fresh Delver of Secrets. My wife actually opened that one for me. Dungeon Geist, Enclave Cryptologist, Fathom Seer, Frost Titan, Kira Great Glass Spinner, Looter Ilkor, Manowar, Aloku the Clouded Mirror, Maul Drifter. Here's the Phyrexian Mana blue card, Spined Thopter, Seagate Oracle, Trade Wind Rider. There's the full art Treasure Mage from the Mirrodin block, Games Day. Trinket Mage, from the Vault 20 Venser Shaper Savant, Claustrophobia, Control Magic, Spreading Seas, Brainstorm, Careful Consideration, Condescend, Counterspell, Dissipate, Essence Scatter, from the Vault 20 Factor Fiction. You're going to see a lot of those from the Vault 20 cards. Foil, which I don't own a Force of Will, so foil is going to have to do for now. Forbidden Alchemy, Gush, from the Vault 20 Impulse, foil Into the Royal, Mana Leak, Negate, Opportunity, Pact Negation, Polymorphous Jest, Spell Pierce, Turnabout, that's the comic book promo Turnabout. Jace Architect of Thought is the blue Planeswalker of choice. It was Tameo, but he's a lot better in general. I do own a handful. I own 2 Jace the Mind Sculptors, but he's a little too powerful to go in the cube, and he's also in 2 of my EDH decks. So, Deep Analysis, Ponder, Preordain, Serum Vision, Tinker, which obviously you haven't seen Tinker targets yet, but it's pretty good, and Treasure Cruise. I mean, what Magic list would be complete without Treasure Cruise these days? You'll notice the blue had a lot less creatures than the white. I mean, obviously blue's doing a lot of control, or, you know, maybe a flying type of deck. So, moving on to black here. Abyssal Persecutor. This was Plague Sliver, or Juzam Jin if you know, it's basically the same card. But now that I put enough stuff in here for sack outlets, Abyssal Persecutor is obviously better. So, Bloodghast, Blood Gift Demon, Bloodline Keeper. I don't know if any of you played during Innistrad Limited, but this guy was a powerhouse and still is even in cube. Blood-Soaked Champion, Bone Shredder, pretty standard black cube card. Diregraph Ghoul, gotta keep those black 1-drops. Flesh Carver, maybe one of the best cards from Magic 2014, for a cube anyway. Gatekeeper of Malakir, Gnarled Scarhide, Grave Titan, Grizzlebrand, obviously a good reanimator target. Herald of Torment, Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni, that's the from the Vault 20 foil one. Knight of Infamy, Lifebane Zombie. You'll notice this cube doesn't have too much color hate. Lifebane Zombie is one of the exceptions, but that's because it's a 3/1 Intimidate. Besides it, you know, I don't have any blue elemental blasts, red elemental blasts, celestial purges. I had them in at one point, but those color hosing cards, I mean, why have a card in your cube if you know it's only going to sit in sideboards? So, Mesmeric Fiend, this goes along with Bone Shredder very nicely in your normal cards in your black cube slots. Nantucket Shade, Necrotal, Shriekmaw, Skeletal Vampire, Skinrender, Spiteful Returned, Vampire Hexmage. Hey, you got a Planeswalker in every color. Why not have a way to kill it quick? Vampire Nighthawk. This is a Magic 20, or a Friday Night Magic promo. Vampire Nighthawk. Diabolic Servitude is the only enchantment reoccursion. I had too much in it, so I got rid of a bunch. This one just happens over and over again, so I decided to keep this over Necromancy or Animate Dead. Here's the removal suite for black. Disfigure. Dismember is the Phyrexia mana card. Well, it's going to get scooped up, probably not by a black player in the cube, but like I said, I have one for each color, so that's the black one. Doomblade. Go for the Throat. Slaughter Pact. Smother. Tendrils of Corruption. Tragic Slip. Moving on to Planeswalker of choice, Liliana Ves. I do want to get a Liliana the Veil. I don't own one. It's not a high priority for me since I have at least a black Planeswalker to put in. It was nice to upgrade this from Liliana the Dark Realms when I got my Magic 2015 stuff. So, Black Sun Zenith, Buried Alive, Chainer's Edict. Now you're getting into some more Reanimator stuff for that Buried Alive. Dread Return, Duress, Exhume, Hymn to Torok. The Exhume is the Graveborn promo, and Hymn to Torok's from the vault at 20 if you don't recognize the picture. Inquisition of Kozilek, Profane Command, Reanimate, Sign in Blood, Thoughtseize, and Unburial Rites. So, each of my color combinations, each of my single colors has about one card each that strays to another color. You saw Forbidden Alchemy with blue, Unburial Rites with black. The white one has Lingering Souls, so you'll notice that with each one too. The red, so for the black, of course, it's Reanimate, and then just general, you can do some control, you can do your mid-range, like black is good at. It had an overlying Regenerate, or Reanimate theme, but like I said, it seemed like a bit much. I don't have huge Reanimate targets. My white, Avacyn and Elish Norn are pretty good, but you're not always going to end up in black-white, obviously. So, moving on to red here. So, of course, we're going to have our Fun Police mono red deck here built in. You'll see that. But there's a few other nice red cards in here going on too. So, Ash Zealot, Avalanche Riders, Chandra's Phoenix, Dualcaster Mage, a welcome addition from Commander 2014. Flame Tongue Kavu, Goblin Bushwhacker, Goblin Guide, Grim Lavamancer, Hellrider, Hellspark Elemental, Hero of Oxid Ridge, Kerrigan Dragonlord. I think he's him and the Enclave Cryptologist is my 2-level-up guys. I tried to get a lot of each of the keywords and other abilities like that. I don't know if I got them all, of course, but I tried to get a variety. Makes it a little more fun, especially for people who haven't seen them before or people who remember from before. Keld Marauders, Kird Ape. So this isn't the actual dual colored card I have in this one, but Kird Ape is just so classic I could not play it. Lightning Mauler. Molten Steel Dragon is the Phyrexia mana card for this one. Hey, who wants to play green-blue? Why not have a dragon sometimes? Monastery Swiftspear, Plated Geopede, Stormblood Berserker. This is the Magic 2011, I think. Corset 2011, I think it is. Full art promo. Stormkirk Noble, that one's foil as well. Thundermaw Hellkite. This is actually, I opened this Magic 2013 and it sat in a box until I made my cube, and so that's technically pack fresh as well. Torch Fiend, Urabrask the Hidden. I want to cut him, but he's just so much fun I can't take him out. Vexing Devil, Young Pyromancer, Zealous Conscripts. So the only enchantment, of course, Sulfuric Vortex in red. Like I said, the Fun Police deck is definitely a real in this. Ancient Grudge is my dual-colored red card. Troublesome Artifacts, of course. Brimstone Volley. Burst Lightning is a player rewards full art. I actually have 4 of these. I might take these full art ones out because there's no words on it. Not everyone knows what Burst Lightning does, so I may switch it. There's another one later on, you'll see. Chaos Warp. I finally got one from the Commander 2014. I was excited about that. Magic from the Vault 20 Char. That's on the chopping block, actually. Fire Blast, Flame Javelin, Incinerate, Lightning Bolt. I actually have a signed Lightning Bolt. I didn't even know. It might actually take place of this Lightning Bolt the next time I go through my stuff. That's a foil Lightning Strike. Magma Jet, Searing Blaze, Smash to Smithereens. Why not punish those artifact players? Stagger Shock, Volcanic Fallout. The Planeswalker finally got upgraded to Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker. It was Chandra the Firebrand. I like Chandra Pyromancer. I just don't have one yet. So I really like Sarkhan. I've actually opened 2 of them in draft, and he is a powerhouse. Devil's Play, Forkbolt, Pillage, Pyroclasm, and Slagstorm. So Slagstorm's in, you know, I can choose one, deal 3 damage to each creature or 3 damage to each player. You can get rid of some of those pesky planeswalkers if you have an issue with them. So, like I said, there's 1 in each color, plus 1 for each dual color. And there might be a colorless one in here too. You'll have to wait and see. Moving on to green. Green's got your typical mana ramp and a little bit of disruption with, you know, acidic slimes and other things, as you'll see. So, acidic slime, Arbor Elf, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Courser of Krufix. No list is complete without that, right? Crater Hoof Behemoth is one of your ramp targets. Elvish Mystic, Eternal Witness, Experiment 1. Flinthoof Boar is the dual colored green card. Vinehorn Elves from the Vault 20. Genesis Hydra, another ramp target. Llanowar Elf, this is a Grand Prix foil Lotus Cobra, so that's pretty cool. I was excited to get that in here. I even had this in when I had few fetch lands because it's such a cool card that I had no place for it. I just had to put it in the cube. Master of the Wild Hunt, Mold Shambler, Palukrinos World Eater. This is the Grand Prix promo Primeval Titan. This just replaced a regular Primeval Titan in the cube once I got this, so pretty good. Rattleclaw Mystic, Secura Tribe Elder, Foil Stranglerootgeist. One of the cards on the chopping block, not much green to change at the moment though. Sylvan Caryatid, Terastodon is another ramp target. Thundering Tanadon is the Phyrexian green card. I want to get a Birthing Pod in this cube, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Foil Ulvenwald Tracker from the Vault 20, Wall of Blossoms. There's a foil Wall of Roots. Future or Time Shift. No, what is it? Futures. No, sorry. Time Spiral. Time shifted. Purple symbol. Wicker Bow Elder. Deal with some of those troublesome artifacts or enchantments. Better than Naturalize, that's for sure. Wild Nactil. It's about the only, quote, 3-color card in my cube. I did have a Nicol Bolas Planeswalker, but I was running one Grixis card. It made no sense, so I took that out. Wolfear Silverheart, Yavimaya Elder, Rancor, Song of the Dryads, a nice removal spell from Commander 2014, Beast Within, Chord of Calling, Procyon Grip. So yes, this of course is just a little better than Naturalize, but it's good enough to be in. Vines of Vastwood, Garruk Relentless is the Planeswalker I decided to go with. Mostly because he flips, and it's just pretty cool that, you know, you have a flip Planeswalker, so I couldn't resist. Just like if they make a Morph Planeswalker in the next 2 sets, I'm gonna have to get it in somehow. Channel's a bit powerful in my cube, actually. I run 2 Eldrazi and a Karn, which you'll see, so I think this is gonna have to go soon. I haven't gotten any complaints yet, but I take it when I see it to kind of avoid that. So if I'm doing that, I probably should just cut it, to be honest. Cultivate. So now you're going to see a bunch of the ramp spells. Explore, Farseek, Green Sun Zenith is from the Vault 20. So here's the other full art card, Harmonize. So it's draw 3 cards, just like Concentrate, but green. I know what it does. I own the card. I used to have it in a deck, so of course I know what it does. Not everyone's going to know, and some people might not take it, and if they're green and need some card draw, they're not going to know it. So it'll probably get replaced by a regular one. Kodama's Reach, Life from the Loam, Regrowth, Stunted Growth, and Tooth and Nail. So Chord of Calling and Tooth and Nail are both in here. Helps you get some of your big fun guys, especially if you get a, let's say you start drafting as, I don't know, Reanimator, and it gets, all taken up. You might have some big targets and you won't be able to do anything with them. Maybe you can Tooth and Nail them. So, now we're moving on to Artifacts / Colorless. Mirror Battlesphere, because why not? Phyrexian Revoker. I know it's a sideboard card, but at least you can play it. It's a 2/1 for 2, so. Precursor Golem. Solemn Simulacrum. Spellskite. So yes, this is a Phyrexian blue card, but obviously you can just pay 2 life no matter what. So, Sundering Titan. Some people really like these. This is a From the Vault Relics Sundering Titan. Worm Coil Engine pre-release promo, so it's foil. It's pretty cool. Definitely a first pick. Definitely a first pick. This is a Modern Masters foil Aether Vial. This is kind of on the chopping block too. It's kind of in here, but I'm not sure how much use it really gets. I gotta do more play testing of the cube. This is a Grand Prix promo Batterskull, so that's foil, pretty cool. Bone Splitter, Elixir of Immortality, Ever-Flowing Chalice, From the Vault 20 Gilded Lotus, Lightning Greaves, Lotus Bloom. So Lotus Bloom might come out. I had a few Storm cards in here when I first built it. I'm a bit obsessed with Storm, which doesn't make sense since it's hard to draft a Storm deck, especially in a cube. I mean, when Modern Masters was a thing, at least you had multiple copies of some of the Storm spells. So Lotus Bloom might be on the chopping block. I'll just replace it with a Black Lotus, right? Oh, wait. I don't think I own one of those, huh? So, anyway. Lotus Bloom. Memory Jar is a From the Vault Relics Memory Jar. That's also on the chopping block just because it's a confusing card. I mean, of course, you know, I know what it does. A lot of people out there know what it does. But it's not the easiest card to play with. Mind Stone. Nevermore's Disc is from the Vault Relics. Pithing Needle. Yes, I know, again, it's another sideboard card, but sometimes you just gotta deal with those pesky Planeswalkers. At least it's colorless. Ratchet Bomb. Relic of Progenitus. Shrine of Burning Rage. This is a promo foil as well. Skull Clamp. I changed this from a Commander 2014. I just like the picture more. This is the From the Vault Relic Sword of Body and Mind. And a Sword of Fire and Ice. The Sword of Body and Mind could be a different one, but a lot of mine are being occupied in other slots. Maybe if I get my Light and Shadow, it'll go in for that. Since I have a blue-red, maybe I'll want not one that shares blue and red. Tangle Wire from the Vault 20. Thran Dynamo. So now we're in the colorless cards. Here's the first of the Eldrazi, Kozilek Butcher of Truth. You know, everyone wants to play with Eldrazi's, but like I said, with Channel, maybe either these or Channel need to come out, and Channel's much easier to replace, I think. Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre, and Karn, Liberated, Planeswalker. So this is the first pick of first picks. Between Worm Coil Engine and this, you open it, you should probably take it. That actually brings up a good point. When I was designing this cube, it's 360 cards. That's exactly enough for 8 people to draft. That means someone's always going to get a Karn. I don't know if that's good or bad. I haven't had too many complaints yet, but it's something to keep in mind when building your cube. Now we're on to the dual colored cards. There's 4 of each one. Each one has a Planeswalker. Other than that, the only other stipulation I did was 1 hybrid and 3 non-hybrid. So there may be cards that you're surprised to not see, or cards to surprise to see. Basically, like I said, I'm trying to keep it consistent, so let's dive right in here. So, Glean Crawler is the first Golgari card. This is the hybrid one. That's actually from Is It versus Golgari, if you don't recognize the picture. Putrid Leech could probably be something else, but it's a fun little aggro card. That's a foil Putrefy, and of course, Veraska the Unseen is the only green-black Planeswalker, I believe. So she makes the cut. For Rakdos, we have Rakdos Cackler, Foil Terminate. So this is the hybrid, the hybrid card. Obviously, it goes well in the the red Fun Police deck. So Foil Terminate. Sarkhan the Mad is the black-red Planeswalker, and a Blightning. Moving on to the Gruul, we have Bloodbraid Elf, maybe banned in some formats, but not in Cube. The hybrid card is Bogart Ramgang, Master of the Fells, and the Planeswalker is Anagos the Reveler. Moving on to Damir, we have Damir Cutpurse. This was actually cut at one point, but then I realized it wasn't a loot. It's your opponent discards and you draw. So I didn't play when it came out. I forgot it was that good. So he actually took place of Nicol Bolas when I took him out, because the one guild lacking 4 was Damir, so I put him back in. Night Veil Spectre is the hybrid card. I'm not sure if this is good enough to be in here. It was big in standard, obviously, when I was building my cube, and I had one, so I put it in. We'll see if it stays in. Agony Warp, nice removal spell for blue-black. And I don't have a Tezzeret, but I do have an Ashiok, Nightmare Weaver. So obviously, like a lot of people, these Planeswalkers go in because, you know, they finally made one of every color, which you'll see, so that's nice. Gilder Baron, why not play with those Planeswalkers? This is the hybrid Simic card. Shardless Agent, so, you know, hard to come by, but why not a second Cascade card? It's fun, of course. It's a great card. This is a foil Trigun Predator from Modern Masters. And, of course, Kiora, the Crashing Wave, the only Simic Planeswalker there is. Goblin Electromancer is the first Izzet card. Electrolyze is the comic media insert. Electrolyze. A Fire and Ice. So this is a quote hybrid card. It's too good not to use. It's LSV approved, of course. So I included this instead of a hybrid card. So, and Ralzeric is the only Izzet Planeswalker you can get. Osmodak Goats Council is the first Orzhov. Mortify. Unmake is the hybrid card. And I did Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. I do have a Solemn Visitor. I think this is just a smidge more powerful. Just barely. I mean, it could easily be either one. So he's in for now. And I'm happy he's not a Tibalt versus Sorin one, but a Dark Ascension Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. Moving on to Selesnya, we have Behemoth Sledge. So this is an artifact and an equipment. There are too many of either of those in the cube, but this is too good not to use. Kitchen Finks is the hybrid. It's a Modern Master one. Kasali Pride Mage. And a Ajani, Mentor of Heroes. Why not draft a 5-color Planeswalker deck in my cube? You can do it. So, like I said, they finally made one of each Planeswalker. He was the last color combination they didn't have. So once that came out, I had a bunch of Planeswalkers I had to get. Luckily, I have good connections and friends and trade baits, so I got them all. The Boros hybrid is Boros Reckoner. Boros Charm. Lightning Helix. And this is a pre-release promo Johnny Vengeance. Believe it or not, at one point, pre-release promo Planeswalker. They should do that again. I bet they get a good turnout. And I didn't leave you Azorius fans out in the cold. Here's the Azorius. So, Grand Arbiter Augustine IV. The hybrid is a Judge's Familiar, because everyone likes that blue-white control. Detention Sphere. And the Planeswalker is Venser the Sojourner. I don't know how much Enter the Battlefield effects they have without, you know, going through the list. But, you know, he's a blue-white Planeswalker, so he makes the cut. So, last but not least is the land. So I'm, you know, unfortunately I don't have the dual lands, you know, the regular dual lands. I just don't have the, I didn't play then. I do have access to people that have them, but I'd have to trade a decent amount of my stuff to get them, and I'm not going to draft my cube near enough to get them. So we'll start with single colored. So there's one of each of these. Bajuka Bog, Get to Encampment Foil, Halimar Depths is blue. This might become Academy Ruins. I just thought of that actually. Treetop Village and Wimbrisk Heights. That's actually from the Vault Realms. Next up is a pseudo cycle. I call it that because I do not have, so you'll see the first one is Battlefield Forge. This is not the ping lands from Ice Age and all that. Half of it is, the other half is not, but it's basically because I had better. So Battlefield Forge, Queso Kulios. So Celestial Colonnade is obviously better than Adhikar Waste, and you'll see my other two sets of dual colored land when I get to them, and you'll know why this is in, or why Adhikar Waste was cut. So, and Raging Ravine is also true of that. It's a lot better than a Carplusion Forest. Shivan Reef, Sulfur Springs. So you might ask yourself, why isn't this a Lava Claw Reaches? So Lava Claw Reaches comes into play tapped, and I feel like there's a lot more black and red splash cards in my cube, so I kept it as Sulfur Springs instead. Temple of Deceit. Now this could easily be an underground river, but sometimes you just don't have underground rivers, so same goes for Temple of Plenty. I don't have an extra brush land, it's Temple of Plenty. It may become, either of them or both of them may become the ping lands eventually, we'll see. Twilight Mire, I have a Land War Waste, but Twilight Mire is better, so. And Yavimaya Coast. Up next is the Buddy Land cycle. This actually is a true cycle, because I own them all and I like them, especially since I also have the shock lands in here, so they work well with that. So Clifftop Retreat, Dragon Skull Summit, Drowned Catacombs, Glacial Fortress, Hinterland Harbor, Isolated Chapel, Rootbound Crag, Sulphur Falls, Sun Petal Grove, and Woodland Cemetery. So of course there's 10 since I don't have any tricolored cards. I tried to look at tricolored cards. I'm definitely not going to put any in unless my cube bumps up to through 540 cards. So up next we have Shocklands. So we have all 10 of them. Only 2 aren't new. That's strictly coincidental. So Blood Crypt is your Swamp Mountain. Breeding Pool, Forest Island, of course. Godless Shrine, Plains Swamp. Hollowed Fountain is your Plains Island. Overgrown Tomb is Swamp Forest. Sacred Fountain is Mountain Plains. Steam Vents, Island Mountain. Stomping Grounds is your Mountain and Forest. Temple Gardens is your Forest and Plains. And Watery Grave is your Island and Swamp. So, as a lot of you know, you can fetch the Shocklands with fetch lands, and once I got the Shocklands, I of course had to get the fetch lands, which is why I was pointing out their land types for people who didn't know. So, all the fetch lands, if you don't know, they are tap, pay a life, sacrifice it, and go get a land that is a mountain or plain or whatever. In this case, Arid Mountain, Mesa's mountain or plain. So, you can get the Shocklands, or it's just whatever land you would need at the time. And a lot of people play with the dual lands. I don't have dual lands. Like I said, I don't have the money to get the dual lands, so mine are just shocks and then 10 of each fetch land. So, Arid Mesa, Bloodstained Mire, Flooded Strand, Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest, Polluted Delta, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Windswept Heath, and Wooded Foothills. So I'm lucky enough to have played during Zendikar and had a full set of fetch lands. I had 5 Misty Rainforests. I actually just sold most of them on eBay over the summer, which is a good time because it was right before they announced the Khans fetch lands. So the last 5 land here are 5 color and colorless. So Mishra's Factory, Strip Mine, deal with that troublesome land. Tectonic Edge, also, get rid of any of those non-basics you don't like. City of Brass, and Reflecting Pool. So, well, there you have it. That's my cube. Like I said, it's 360 cards, enough for 8 people to each get 45 cards. It's alphabetized at the moment, obviously, and like I said, I have it up on Cube Tutor. I've been working on it for a few months. I'm very proud of it at this point. It might not have all the powerful cards I even own, for example, but it has a nice balance. So, if you like what you see and you want to see how it drafts, you could go on Cube Tutor and try it out, electronically and see if you like it. You can build decks there and leave them for me to see. If you have any comments, feel free to put them on this video, or even I think you can do it on Cube Tutor as well. I'm not 100% sure. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, this is MTG Openings. Don't forget to like and subscribe.